Hello, my name is Cornelia Robinson, and today I'll be doing a lesson plan on the American Revolution, and it's from a fifth grade unit on U.S. history. I have here my the New York State Learning Standard, which is Social Studies, Writing, Language Arts, and Informational System. My title is American Revolution. My focus question is, what are some events that led up to the American Revolution? My learning target, students will be able to identify events leading up to the American Revolution and describe the emotions that led to the American Revolution. My academic language, these are vocabulary words that the students are already familiar with. That's listed here. To help students with prior thinking before the lesson, I would have a discussion about what they know about events leading up to the American Revolution. And to help the students to think a little deeper, I would introduce to them a KWL chart, which looks like this. And it's simply for students to fill out the topic and what they know and what they want to know, and also later on what they have learned. To help students with prior knowledge as well, I would ask them the question, what goods do you think the colonists was most angered about being taxed on? The purpose statement I would have written on the board, and it states, we will be reviewing what we already know about what led to the American Revolution, including answering questions about the video we watch. We will also work on our persuasive piece as we help each other edit our work. For my procedure, before students enter the classroom, I would have in a container tea bags being soaked in warm water, and this is to help them with their letters as they use it to pretend as though they were living in that during that time, to really create an old look for the letter. So we'll use tea bags to do that. As a class, we'll review why the colonies sought independence from Britain. And these are the 4 questions. What were the positive things about being ruled by a government who lived far away? What were the negative impacts? And what did the British government do that made the colonists angry? And lastly, do you think the colonists were right to want independence from Britain? So that's when I'll have students into their groups after we have the discussion, and they will be given books and internet access. And these are 2 examples of books that I will have the students research from. This is one of them, and it's titled The Day the American Revolution Began. This is one of the books. And the other book, from many others, would be this book, The American Revolution. So after students have done their research, we'll begin our persuasive piece. Students will imagine that they're colonists in Boston in 1770 and have witnessed the Boston Massacre. They have just received a letter from a relative in Britain questioning them on the disloyalty to the king. So these are the questions that the students will be focused on as they write their persuasive piece. What would you say to this relative, and how would you convince your relative that it's for a good reason that the colonists are disloyal? So before their letters, we'll review the parts of a letter: the date, the greeting, body, closing, and signature. For differentiation, to assist some students with comprehension, they will listen to a short recording as they wear headphones about events leading up to the American Revolution. And that's really for the auditory learners. That will really help them to understand it better. And also for visual learners, I would hand them an article about the American Revolution with key events that are highlighted. My closure, I would ask the students, what are 4 important facts that you learned from the lesson? These are my materials listed here. Classroom management will be a call and response clap if the students need to refocus. Before the lesson, again, we watch a video and fill out our KWL chart. During the lesson, informal assessment, student will be assessed on their response on answering questions. Formal assessment, students will be graded on their persuasive letter. And at the end of the lesson, students will talk with their peers about what they have learned from the lesson and also fill out the last column of the KWL chart, what they have learned. And this is the lesson that I would do for a 5th grade unit titled American Revolution. Thank you.